Terminal count.
Overlook Horizon High Altitude Balloons, an Ontario County nonprofit.
This is no ordinary balloon.
What a view!
Over 110,000 feet.
This is incredible.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, launch.
Hey guys, Tori here from Overlook Horizon, coming to you live here on the screen here. So apologies for that. I don't have any extra lighting here. We're kind of super hot day here in the Rochester, New York area. We're talking, we're gonna have a heat index of around 99 today, and not only is it hot, but it is incredibly humid today. So hopefully we don't suffer from heat exhaustion. We got lots of water, lots of drinks. We're gonna be hopefully good to go and everything all right on that front. And then we're hoping for an easy recovery today. You never know what that's going to be like. That's usually where we get the most tired, is setup. That part's done. We're still alive. And then the actual recovery process will be the part later that we may run into trouble with. So we're looking pretty good for today. Whoa, it's a little bit breezy here, which is what's going on here off camera that you can't see. A little bit breezy, which makes it tough to fill the balloon and launch the balloon, but we are hopefully going to be in good shape. We're in a little bit of an alcove here, slightly protected from the wind here, so hopefully no major issues with wind for today, I'm hoping. Although every once in a while you get a gust of wind. The trees are behind the camera, you can't really see it, and the wind is kind of blowing away from the camera, so the balloon should go this direction. And we do have another camera I'll show you in a second that you'll actually get to see the balloon launch. But the balloon should go this way, but every once in a while the wind kind of eddies around the edge of the tree cover here, and it gusts right in. So we're hoping to keep the balloon under control and be good to go. So yeah, I wish this was a little bit lighter. I'm sure I probably could change that in the camera settings, but I don't know how to do that on the fly. So you just get to see my beautiful silhouette here. So hey everybody, I see a bunch of comments coming through on YouTube. I see Gregorius saying knock on wood with the mobile bandwidth. Yeah, we were having a little bit of issue with mobile bandwidth. This is not our usual launch location. We're up on the west side of Rochester, and we're hoping to land near home today. But yeah, this is not our usual location, so mobile bandwidth is a little bit tough, but I think we're doing all right. The YouTube stream I kept at 720p. The Facebook stream, if you're watching on Facebook, I did downgrade that one to 480. I had to make some sacrifices somewhere on the mobile bandwidth. So sorry, Facebook peeps that are watching over there on that platform. The YouTube one though is hopefully good to go, and hopefully we stay that way. Yeah, let's see. I see Leia on there. Oh, did you switch to the dark side? Hashtag Darth Lobster. I love it. Dude, this lobster thing is going absolutely crazy. I got my Space Lobster shirt on today. You can't really see it, but I got Space Lobster shorts on today. My shorts got lobsters on them. It's crazy. And then we got another lobster mascot that somebody just sent me, or gave me yesterday. So I got a lobster mascot up there. He's gonna hang out and chill with us for the day. He's not the one that's going to fly. Hopefully, if today goes well and everything works with the tracking system and everything clicks and happens the way it's supposed to, then the Space Lobster flight will be the next flight, Overlook Horizon 15. That's the plan at the moment, is that Space Lobster will be Overlook Horizon 15, and that should be like mid to late July is when we get the Space Lobster up in the air. So that's what we're expecting for the Space Lobster. Today though, we got a couple of guest payloads here. So we do have 2 onboard cameras for us, our regular weather sensors getting temperature, pressure, humidity, but we got a couple of student experiments that are going on board, some from Zavarian High School. I had to think about the name there. I have to think about it for a second because I'm sure I'm pronouncing it wrong, but I think it's Zavarian High School down in Brooklyn, New York, is launching with us today. They got a payload that's going to fly on board. So you'll actually see 2 boxes because theirs is actually relatively on the larger side. And so you'll actually see 2 boxes being launched today. You'll see our big bright orange box, and then they have a grayish looking box. They came in a little bit. Oh, I'm attached here. And we got some lawn mowing action here flying by. Hopefully the guy is not around for too long, because I don't know how loud that is in the microphone here. But yeah, hopefully we'll be all set and good to go on that front. But their payload, it's a pretty large payload for a balloon set. It did have to cut weight a little bit because it went a little bit over the weight restrictions, but they got their payload here. It's got some cool designs on the outside, big orange X and some stripes for the school colors. So that guy's going to go up. Got a couple of Raspberry Pis in there, some micro bits. So doing some pretty sweet computer science flying on board here today as the guest payload. And then the other one we got going on is the solar can. The solar can is that's solar graphy. I think I'm pronouncing that right. It's never something I really got into. Wasn't even on my radar, but it's actually pretty awesome stuff. I was starting to look at it recently, and the solar graphy stuff, I hope I'm saying that right. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. It's basically like it looks like a big soda can. Let me see if I can get this over here carefully. It's mounted on the side here. There's our solar can, mounted on the side of our payload. And the idea for the solar can is that it's got a little tiny pinhole in it and some photographic paper on the inside, and it creates some really cool abstract type images. A lot of times what you do with them is set them on the ground, like zip tie them to a pole, or somewhere stationary, a tree or something that has a view of the sky, clear view of the sky, and you can leave it there for days or weeks or months and get images of the sun crossing through the sky, and it can really produce some pretty neat images, which I don't think I got that loaded up quickly enough. Sorry, I'm getting tangled in cords here. I'll try to show you one of the solar can images, but I did put one on our Twitter account, so take a look at the Twitter machine if you're on Twitter, and I think I put one on Facebook too as well, so you can probably see that. Pretty sure I put it on Facebook too, so either Facebook or Twitter. Well, that's pretty dark, you can't really see that, but it's at OLHZN on Twitter, or Overlook Horizon on Facebook, and I may have put it on Instagram. I can't remember. The last couple days have been kind of a blur, trying to get everything up and running. And today's wind pattern is not necessarily ideal, but we're going to make it work, and it's actually hopefully going to be kind of cool. So we're launching from on the west side of Rochester here. We're going to cross right directly over the city of Rochester, but we'll be pretty high by that point. We should be well over 30,000 feet by the time we get towards the city of Rochester. Then we're expecting balloon burst towards the southeast of Rochester, almost back to our home location. We're expecting balloon burst somewhere around like 95,000 feet, somewhere in that range. So this is a little bit on the heavier side today for this payload, so it means a little bit lower altitude, so likely only going to get about 95,000 feet. If we get over 95, anything over that is peaches, but we could see under 95, somewhere between 90 and 95. That would be my expectation, is somewhere in that range, but hopefully in the 90,000 range is what we're expecting for today. Austin says, are you launching from Canandaigua Academy? No, not today. We love launching from Canandaigua Academy, but unfortunately with this flight pattern here, this little backwards Z here, or I guess it's not a backwards Z, it's a regular Z, but with this, it was going to put the landing dangerously close to lakes and trees and a lot of stuff that we want to try to stay out of. So yeah, today we're launching from the west side of Rochester here, in a Brockport area, and then we should be landing closer to Canandaigua. So that's the expectation for today, is that hopefully, and there's a lot of fields in that area, so I'm thinking positive thoughts. A lot of fields in the area of our landing zone, so hopefully we see a nice gentle recovery. I don't want to jinx it. Somebody said don't jinx the recovery. Hopefully we should be good to go. Oh, Austin said, I came to Canandaigua Academy to catch you. Sorry about that, Austin. Yeah, normally we would launch at Canandaigua Academy, but we just couldn't today. The flight pattern wouldn't work too well. And actually the place that we're at today is, we're losing stuff with the wind. The place that we're at today doesn't really like us to have visitors and observers. So unfortunately, this is kind of a closed launch today, which I don't usually like to do. But it was either it was either that or we weren't going to be able to launch today. So we went with the option to launch today anyways from this abnormal location, and hopefully though, abnormal launch location, but hopefully it means a nice recovery location. That's what we're thinking here. So I'm trying to fix my cords and stuff that are blowing around in the wind here. So let's see, what did I miss? Hello from Georgia. Hey Jason, thanks for joining us again here. Zavarian High School sounds like a high school for mutant superhumans. No, it's a very normal high school. So they're down in Brooklyn, New York. It's a Raspberry Pi coding club. They did a whole bunch of programming, got some Raspberry Pis in there, some microbits, and so I'm excited to see, hopefully all their stuff works for them, and excited to see it fly today. Stubby saw the solargraphy picture on Twitter. Awesome. Yeah, check that out. I'll try to get one loaded up here if I get enough time to put together or to load up another image if we get a little bit of extra time, if we're running ahead of schedule here. So, but this is what we're looking at for a flight pattern here. It's going to be a little bit shorter of a flight, so we're talking about 2 hours and 10 minutes from launch to landing. Because we're a little bit heavier, so we're going to have a balloon burst that's a little sooner. So we're expecting about 2 hours and 10 or 15 minutes, somewhere in that range. And let's see what else. And so this prediction here that we're looking at right now, this is the one that I kind of trust. This is usually the most accurate one that I kind of follow. So I'm expecting to see something like this. Our other flight predicting software, which generates a nice heat map for us, has the landing a little bit further north, north of the I-90, the New York State Thruway. So I expect maybe it'll be somewhere in between there. I don't think it's going to land that far north, but this predictor seems to think it's going to land a little bit on the northern side. I expect much further to the south. So we'll see what happens. We do have our landing prediction software that is up and running again for today. So hopefully the landing prediction software works very well. You'll be able to follow that at overlookhorizon.com/map. And then when we do get ready to launch, yeah, I can, where's my radio? Yeah, I can re-loop those here in just a second once we start filling. Let's see, what was I going to say? So this is the other flight camera that we have, or the other launch camera that we have, that will be once we actually launch. It'll be something like this when we go. Drop. So I don't know how well that's. We were doing good on mobile bandwidth. Recovers because it's yelling at me quite a bit on the. If we're buffering, we're gonna. So, let's see, where's my mouse? Sorry, I'm trying to save it. Well, we got to get started on the filling front here. Yeah, you can get it out. Oh boy. Well, hopefully our stream comes back a little bit. I'm sorry about the buffering here. It seems to be slightly recovering. I'm getting some yellow, some red, and we're gonna hope it recovers a little bit here. But I'm gonna start filling the balloon here. So we're at T-minus 55 minutes. We're going to start filling the balloon. That should go for about 10 to 20 minutes. 1,000. We're going about 10 to 20 minutes. Then at about T-minus 30 is when we'll start powering up some of the electronics, and we'll get up and running. So hopefully the stream stays with us. Seems like it's doing some buffering. I'm sorry. We're going to try to fight through it here. do what I can. But I'm going to hook you up to our other mic here so that I can be free, and we're going to start filling this up. Hopefully the stream stays with us. Hopefully you stay with us. We're going to try to power through the mobile bandwidth issue and see if we can keep it up and running. So I'm going to keep the stream going. Hopefully it doesn't buffer too much and it recovers. And then we'll get that balloon filling started here. So hopefully you stay with us here. All right, let's see. You got audio? Looks like you got audio. All right, we're good to go. I'm gonna go start filling here. And oh, the stream went back. It's green, yellow, somewhere in there. Hopefully it stays up and running here. So sorry about the buffering. All right, let's fill a balloon. Wire cutters. Where to put them? I had them somewhere.
You had them out already?
Yeah, I used them. Scissors we could use too, but I'm sure to use the wire cutters. I got them. For some reason I put them away.
Weird.
4 minutes to spare. We're good. It's a little windy. It's a little tough. Holy smokes. Yeah, a little tough on the filling process there. All right. Yep, Stubby's talking about our electronics. We're getting those on now. That's the sound you're hearing. This is on ground power, not battery power yet. We're just getting them up and running, so make sure they're working correctly. Let's see. Just bear with me 1 second. I'll come back and talk to you guys in just a minute. No, that's the main one. All right, let's see. Done there. We got to take a selfie. There we go. There's our broadcast. So we should be live on the map here now. All right, let's see. We did that. We got to take a picture. We did that. Let's take a selfie quick. Okay, let's switch microphones here. Where is my microphone cable? Okay, we should be good to go. Balloon is up. It is getting a little breezier. It's bouncing in the wind there, you can see. It's not too bad, but it always makes me nervous when it does that.
Balloon anchored?
Copy. Our balloon is anchored.
Roger that. Power on Pico beacon.
Not ready for that yet. Yeah.
I think that's where we got ahead last time too, isn't it? Or no, it wasn't.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, we're in good shape here. What'd I miss? So yeah, overlookhorizon.com/map. That'll be where we're looking here. Yeah, Mike says coming right towards me. Actually, I didn't update the prediction on our website because it was kind of a last minute change that was happening late Saturday and yesterday. But prediction is actually like this, because we're up on the west side of Rochester here in the Brockport area. So landing should be north end of Canandaigua Seneca Lake. That's kind of what we're expecting here. So Stubby says still showing the last launch. Yeah, it'll probably show. Where is my mouse? Lost my mouse. It'll probably show the at least the -12 one will show the old spot, and the -15, the prediction, that'll show the old spot too until after balloon burst. That's when the landing predictor kicks in, is after balloon burst. So so let's see. Yeah, I was using a shotgun stationary mic. My mic couldn't reach that far. I do have a wireless mic. Gregorius said you should get a wireless mic. I do have a wireless mic. I just haven't had time to test it with the broadcast yet. So let's see. My kingdom for a pair of wire cutters. Yeah, I know. I couldn't find those wire cutters to save my life there. So, and let's see. Yeah, so a little bit different prediction than what's on the website because we had to switch the launch location. We're trying to stay out of the lake and out of the trees, of course. So that's what we're looking at here today. So now we're going to be going to electronics power up. That's our T-30 here. So we're ready to power on the Pico beacon. So we're getting the Pico beacon turned on. This will be the -12 on the map. That should come alive here in just a moment. Waiting on waiting on GPS signal here. Watch this wire here. Oh, that's our antenna there. So just waiting on GPS signal, and then we'll move on to the other stuff. We got to get the our guest payload for Xaverian High School. That is being powered on here now. So we're gonna get that guy powered on.
There are 3 powers.
We got three powers is what we're getting on. So we got 1 power, 2 power, and 3 powers. I got lights on all 3. So that is powered on. Guest payload's on.
Seal the guest payload.
I'm gonna seal that guy up. Yeah, here I'll show it one more time in case you missed it the first time. Here, this is Xaverian High School here, going up on today's flight. Big red or orange X on the side, got some stripes on the side. This is going to be in the middle of the payload train, between the parachute, and then our tracking system will be on the bottom. Yeah, we're all right. Saved it. It's windy. We're gonna get that all sealed up here. It's all right. Really should have put the table for the payloads downwind here. Make sure that's all taped up and good to go here. All right, so that's sealed, and then we got to get the harness attachment on. I think that's all my strings. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 5 attachment points here. Those are all on. Will you grab the electrical tape for me? And the scissors too. You grab the scissors too. All right. Getting thing. Here, cut like half of it. Right here. Nope, look closer. It's supposed to be right there. Here, give me those scissors again. Cut that off right there. Just need a tiny bit of that. Set that there like that. Alright, so then this, what's next on our list?
Verify large antenna.
That's in. Going over your head here.
It's connected?
It is not connected yet, but it will be in a second. Oh, watch out for my microphone cable. Here, hold that for a second. Come on, there we go. That.
You see us over here, or should I turn that?
I'm not sure. They can hear us, but I'm not saying anything. Alright, watch that string, and then we're gonna clip it up here. Alright, so that guy's ready to fly. Okay. What was
large antenna? Oops, go ahead.
Yeah, large antenna is good. Let's verify that our tracking system is working. So Mike asked what was busted on the Pico tracker last time. So actually oh wait, this is not what I want. Hold on, I can't type and talk at type and talk at the same time. Here we go. Just trying to make sure we're tracking. Everything's lighting up. No, 9 is lighting up, but 11 and 12 are not. We'll see if we can get that sorted. What are we at? 24. We gotta get down to 21. All right, we got a second here.
Hold if you're not. 2 minutes before we throw it up.
All right, let me find out. It could be tracking, but we might not be reaching an eye gate. We do have an eye gate here locally, but I don't know if it's working right. Seems to be okay here. And I can hear it.
Nine see it?
No, they're going to see the same map that I see, and I would see it locally if we had anything. So let's just let this restart here just to make sure that's tracking. And that, all right, so Mike asked what happened on the Pico beacon last time. So the GPS chip hit so hard on landing that the through-hole mounts for soldering, they were still soldered together, but the actual like cylinder that goes through the circuit board actually pulled loose. So it was just kind of floating in the circuit board, not connected to anything. It was soldered on both ends, the little ring at the top and the bottom of the circuit board, but the cylinder that goes through the circuit board to actually connect to the copper in there was not connected to anything. It was just floating, and it was only on the power beacon. So the power line. So all right, there we go. So it was just my eye gate that wasn't working. So we got tracking now on at least 11. I'm looking for 12 is blinking. There we go. 12 just lit up, and so we're good to go. So all systems are good on
I'm
tracking.
confused with this. Is this connected?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know what it was. Okay. So we are perfect. 22. So 21 is when we go to the battery.
All right, we're good to go. We're 1 minute ahead of.
Minute and a half to spare.
1 minute ahead of schedule here. Everything looks to be lighting up and tracking good.
Everything looks good.
All right, let's see. The high schooler isn't watching. Still no sign of the Pico. Pico payload should be good. High schoolers, I think, are watching the stream. So shout out to, hopefully I'm saying it right, Zavarian High School down in Brooklyn with their Raspberry Pi coding club. Hopefully they're watching today, watching the flight go off. And then
Hi, gang in Brooklyn.
just as an FYI, also our friends at SolarCan too. I think they're watching. SolarCan. I can't forget the SolarCan guy out in the UK. SolarCan is a UK product. Came over
I didn't know that.
across the ocean from the UK here. So we're gonna get that SolarCan up and running here in 21 minutes. We should be launching. So
That looks cool. I can't wait to see some of the images from that.
yeah, I'm kind of excited. I don't know what we're gonna get because the launch time. I don't know if it can see the sun at the angle that we're at. It's a little bit cloudy here right now and hazy, but once we get above the clouds, it should be better. Sorry, it's like 90 something degrees here. I gotta take a drink. You don't want to pass out live on YouTube, right?
Hey, it could go viral.
Yeah, my next viral video.
Space lobster goes unconscious.
Space lobster unconscious.
All right.
Let's see. All right, we're
at
20.
minus 21. Arduino to battery.
All right, we're gonna switch this guy to battery power. You'll hear those power up tones again. That comes out. Battery power's on. Here's our tones. We gotta get the, yep, we got good tones, and the GPS is loading here now. We're gonna get the antenna in. Come on, there we go. Can't get it threaded, there we go. All right, so now that's connected. That's about average. Just set that on the side here. Hold on to that until it stops beeping.
Hole in that. Set it in there.
I know, it's not mine, or otherwise I would. All right, so we
All right,
toned up an octave, so we got some sort of GPS signal. We're just waiting for the beeping to stop. And there we go. So we should have GPS signal. Let's make sure.
Verify signal reception.
Make sure we actually got signal reception. Our last transmission was 1241. So let me just make sure that updates. And then what else we got? What's next? And we're going to call the FAA right on schedule. Oh, and I think we just got a broadcast. Yep, 12. Oh, that's the other payload. I got to zoom in on this map because I can't distinguish between the two trackers at this zoom level here.
Very close.
Yeah. Still just waiting on that to update. You know, the micro one seems to be updating all right. Oh yeah, can you untwist that?
Yeah, can you study that?
Yeah.
Good find on the map.
There we go. Okay.
Do you want to add tape to the top of this?
No.
Are you comfortable with it?
No, why?
I don't know, it just did like a twist thing and then it like snaps like it's going over a book or something.
Oh, that's yeah. Yeah. All right, hold on to that. All right, we got good signal. We're good to go on that front. Time to call the FAA here. All right, I got to mute the microphone while we call the FAA, but we're on schedule here. All right, so hopefully we're good to go. Cleveland Center was having trouble finding our documentation. Rochester found it this time. Last time, or a couple of flights ago, it was the opposite way around. But they're going to go hunt that down, so hopefully they're good to go. But I may have to take a phone call from them. Hopefully not at T-3 minutes like Rochester called last time, or a couple flights ago. So let's see. All right, we're on the cameras here. All right, let's get these powered on. There's one. There's two. We got. Can you see the blue light here?
It doesn't look like it's on. I see the light, but it doesn't look like it's.
It's definitely there. I think the hole's just up.
Reception.
Still getting signal. Side. This is going to be the hard part. We got so much stuff attached. Trying to find a spot to tape it is the hard part today. Is there another string over here somewhere?
Yep.
I should make sure all out. Look like they're all out. Yeah, good to go. Get a couple more pieces here on the sides. Something growing on me. Getting attacked by bugs. That's the downside to being this close to the tree line here. All right, so that's sealed. Get the harness up. Should be another one there. Actually, we're gonna do these first. There's my string there.
On the can.
Yeah, it's a safety line on the solar can. Let me get this one here first. That's our actual support line. And that guy's just a fail safe to make sure the solar can doesn't fall off.
How is that secured?
It's got a bunch of stuff. We're taped up. We got Cleveland Center calling. 1 second here. All right, we got to resend the info to Cleveland Center. Catch it. So, what are we at? All right, that's hooked. Hang this here. There we go. It's hanging. I'm just gonna take a little piece of tape for this guy here. Just to keep it from flapping all over the place. All right, that's good to go. Make sure those lines aren't tangled. Yeah, we we should be all set. All right, so I'm sorry I haven't seen your comments. We're trying to get it all put together here. Looks like we're on track. Oh, John says we were buffering. Sorry, I do it. It says green now. Hopefully it's not too bad. But we're getting there. We're at 8 minutes here. I'm waiting for Cleveland Center is going to send me an email here that I gotta resend the information to them, and then we're gonna
launch cams and the solar cans.
All right. Let's see. Hopefully I can get this. Let me see if I can get this resolved with Cleveland Center before I gotta move on to our next stuff here.
We'll get some thunderstorms off in the distance.
We are supposed to hit we're supposed to have thunderstorms later today. Let's see, I just got the email from Cleveland Center, so I think I can actually do this right now. Need to attach that. And that. There we go. It's off. Perfect. Just updated the FAA with the updated information. So
launch cams.
All right, we're going to switch to the launch cameras here.
All the questions in a second.
What's that? Yeah, we'll get to all the questions.
Get to the questions in a second.
Yeah, after launch, I see your comments. We're gonna get to them in just a minute, but we're pretty much ready for launch at this point. Yeah, and then we're gonna have to take off our solar can sticker and walk up the balloon and cut the safety lines. And we're
cutting with the scissors.
I'm gonna use my knife for that.
All right.
All right, so 6 minutes here.
Minus 6 minutes.
We are in good shape. Hello, Orlando. Hello, Arnis. Thanks for joining us here. Hopefully it doesn't buffer here for launch, but we're looking good. A little bit cloudy here. But I think to the east of us where the balloon is heading, I think it will be, I think the cloud cover should be better. So hopefully we can actually still get some decent imagery, because right now it is kind of cloudy, unfortunately, but hopefully we'll be good. All right. Yeah, kind of hazy. It is pretty hot out, so. All right, I'm going to unhook this. I'm going to switch you to the shotgun mic because I don't have a wireless mic. I'm going to try to get that to work, though. I do have one, just haven't gotten it to work with the broadcast yet. So let me switch you over, and we're launching in 5 minutes. Looks like we're good to go. All right.
Some launch cams.
Yep. We're on the launch cams.
Solar can sticker.
All right. Ready to start.
Stay on track.
Locking this up. Let's take that off.
All right. So safety lines. Don't worry, I won't let them forget the solar cam sticker. Any help? Where are you gonna walk?
We're on the way up. We're good to go. Let me get the camera pointed out of here. I don't know if you can see that. There's a little black dot in the middle there. Hopefully you can see that all right.
Funny with 2 buckets on it.
All right, like that. No holds. Launch on time.
Perfect.
Good to go. And we're off. Please keep your arms and legs inside the payload at all time. You may feel a slight bump around 95,000 feet. I love it. I love that. From
Actually,
Stubby.
it was probably a pretty rough takeoff too at that rate.
Yeah.
It was going up fast.
It is. We are at a faster climb today than usual. So it's a little bit faster than usual. Mostly just because I was trying to control the landing zone. So a little bit faster climb rate than usual. But we should be live here now. Let's see.
Just a swinging away up there.
Yeah, they are swinging wildly. We had some we were a little bit spoiled because we were. Let's see if this camera works here. There we go. So that's what we're looking at here. Tracking looks to be good. We were kind of spoiled. Here, I can put my regular mic on here. Switch over to that. All right, so there's the link to the tracking map right there. So check it out, overlookhorizon.com/map. You'll see 4 items on there. One is the Dash 11, that's our main flight computer. Dash 12 is our micro flight computer, that's kind of the backup system. Dash 9, that's the chase car. And Dash 15, that will be our landing prediction. Right now you can ignore Dash 15 because it's showing the last flight's landing prediction, but that will update right after balloon burst. That should update. Yeah, it looks like, all right, perfect. And our auto tweeter is working. So we are in good shape here. I'm gonna check out.
Is that broadcasting yet?
Yep, yeah.
How high is it?
Give me 1 second and I'll tell you. I don't know, can we still see it?
Yeah.
Oh, running out of microphone here. I think.
No, I just let you. Oh no, I see it. Okay.
Oh yeah, I see it. It's a little tiny dot up there.
It did settle down. The wild swinging settled down.
Yeah.
A minute ago or so.
Right after launch, we were looking at 20-mile-per-hour winds today, and I was pretty worried. But we found a nice little alcove here to get set up. So yeah, I don't know. You probably still can't see this. It's pretty hard to see it even on the ground. So I'm going to switch to. Let's see if this works. I try this every time. Got a little dashboard here. I don't know if it's going to work. We'll give it a shot. See if it works. It says 1500. Oh yeah, look at that. It's working. I think it's working. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, the dashboard's working. There you go. You can see humidity 61%. Battery's good. Pressure's dropping. 77 degrees it's down to. Boy, 77 degrees would feel nice right about now.
Yeah.
12 satellites, which is good. So there we go. This is our new little dashboard. I don't know if you've seen that before.
Oh, no, I haven't.
Never worked in the past, but it seems like it's working now. So we're in good shape here. It's going to do it does a whole bunch of frequent broadcasts initially after launch, and then it'll slow down a little bit as it starts to climb. But the initial one, where it's doing a whole bunch of them, is for just for us to make sure that the actual tracking system is working well. So all right, let's see. Leia says almost looks like a SpaceX live stream. I don't know if we're quite to that level yet, but we're trying.
I still see it.
You can still see it out here?
I still see it. I just found it.
Oh, jeez, I gotta make sure I don't pull the microphone out.
It is tiny. It is a
Oh, yeah, I
black
see it.
dot. Oh,
I see it
it's
still.
kind of. I think it's starting to get into the clouds.
Might be
It's
hitting
starting
cloud
to fade
cover.
a little bit. See, it's fading.
We're at about 6,000 feet here now. I think it was like 5,900. I think I saw was the last reading. So.
Do you know what the cloud layer is?
Nope. Don't know. I still see it though. It's hard to find.
It is hard
'Cause
to
it's
find.
up there.
It is a black dot.
But we got ourselves a successful launch here. Hopefully it didn't buffer too much. 6,500 feet, is that what it says? So yeah, we're looking good. On time launch, no holds, which is fantastic. Love that. And the yeah, we did remember to take the sticker off the solar can, so the solar can is collecting. The Zavarian payload is on board as well, so hopefully we're in for a good flight. Everybody cross your fingers, think good thoughts. We're hoping for vehicle is supersonic, Leia says. Well, we just hit about a little over 7,000 feet.
Okay, so clouds must be at 7.
So, yeah, we are
Good to go.
We are off to the races here.
Love when it goes perfect like that.
Yeah, I like when we have no holds. No holds is nice. So, all right, boy, is it hot. Yeah, now we got to pack everything up. This is going to be another hot one here. Getting everything packed.
This is your landing zone here.
Yep, we take a look. So everything seems to be following the predictions pretty well here so far. So we should pretty much fly right over the city of Rochester, which would be kind of cool. And then, yeah, MECO. Yeah, we'll have our MECO is going to be in about hour and 40 minutes, I think. Is that right? It was 100 minutes. So yeah, that's hour and 40 minutes. That's when we should have balloon burst. So expect balloon burst
MECO.
right around 240 or MECO. That's our MECO. Main engine cutoff is we have a long burn on our main engine. So MECO will be at right around 240. That's Eastern time. That would be 1840 UTC.
I would say the main cutoff was like here when you let go of it. Now it's.
Yeah, I guess it's debatable. That's the hold down. The hold down clamps. Yeah. So, all right. Well, we're gonna get packing up here soon. But just to give you an idea on what we're expecting here for today, we don't have live video from the actual payload itself, and so we had some exciting stuff on Twitter this week. I think they were going to watch along, but the Space Ballooning 360, I think it was a team of Periscope engineers, or at least they were live streaming on Periscope, but they live streamed 360 video from the payload during the whole flight, or at least all the way up to balloon burst, which was awesome. And they were kind enough to kind of share what a lot of the technology that they use for that. So we might have to try that next year.
Don't they have to get approval for that?
No, because they just used they were just using regular Wi-Fi signals, which you don't have to get approval to run Wi-Fi in your home. So it was just basically long-range Wi-Fi.
Oh.
That they were using to stream live video. I don't know if we'll go.
They were broadcasting, right?
Yeah, they were streaming. So they took. They had a couple Raspberry Pis on board, or they had one on board, one on the ground. Actually, they had a couple of different nodes that were collecting it on the ground. But the Raspberry Pi that was on board had a Wi-Fi adapter and an antenna, and they use what's called Easy Broadcast Wi-Fi, which is it kind of hacks Wi-Fi a little bit. Normally Wi-Fi doesn't work unless it's actively communicating with an access point, and you have two-way communications back and forth. So your computer sends something and the access point says, okay, I got it, and they send you stuff back, and so you have an association there where the two devices are paired. But with a flying video broadcast, you don't really want that association. You want it to just send out video and be like, here it is. Whoever gets it, gets it. Here's my video packets. And so that's what they did. They use that Easy Broadcast Easy Wi-Fi broadcast software, which kind of hacks the Wi-Fi adapter a little bit to just broadcast out video to anybody that'll receive it. And then they basically had the opposite going on the ground. They were receiving it, and they actually had multiple receivers, which is kind of cool. They would receive them from a bunch of different nodes, send them to a central server where they would reorder them and make sure they were all in the right order, and then stitch the 3D video, and then they sent that to a live broadcast software. I think they were using OBS, that's Open Broadcast Software. We use Wirecast. That's how we do all this broadcast magic here. But you could do the same thing
magic
with that. So
cool.
So here's
you have to do that flight during a thunderstorm.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Catch the noise. Thunder.
I always loved watching a thunderstorm, or launching during a thunderstorm. But the tough thing is you got to be really far ahead of it when you launch, or really far behind it, because you don't want to be holding the balloon during a thunderstorm. Makes for some cool video though. We need like a launch barn where we can just open the roof and just let it go in a hurry. That would be nice. Then we could launch them.
Cool. I'll have to talk to some of our farmer friends.
Yeah, then we can launch in whatever conditions we want.
Right.
So here's the plan for today. So we're off and running here. We're at 13,000 feet now. We're expecting about somewhere in the 90,000 feet, 90,000 feet range. That's my more refined prediction is. Sorry, I'm trying to look something up at the same time. My more refined prediction is somewhere around 95,000 feet. That's kind of what I'm expecting. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. It's always tough to make sure you get the ascent rate correct as it's being launched. So, but so far, all the packets are broadcasting well, and it seems it's following the track that we predicted right on. So if you looked at the website, it's got an old prediction on it. Didn't have time to update it, but here's what we're looking at. This is our flight prediction that we'll have for today. So we launched up here on the west side of Rochester. We're going to fly right over Rochester at about 30,000 feet. That'll be kind of cool. We'll head over to the southeast of Rochester, have balloon burst, and then we should actually land close to home, which is nice because like I mentioned before, a lot of fields close to home, which is pretty that'll make for a little, hopefully, nicer recovery. Everybody, fingers crossed. You never know what you're going to get on the recovery. It's always a process trying to see where this thing's going to land. So we're at 14,000 feet. We're approaching Rochester, and so now Rochester does have an airport. Their airspace stops at 10,000 feet, so we're actually going to fly over Rochester Airport's airspace, so we won't interfere with any of that. It's just going to fly over the top of their airspace. Their airspace goes from 0 to 10,000 feet, and we made sure that we got above 10,000 feet before we even reached the radius of their airspace.
Still might freak out some pilots.
Yeah, they may see it overhead, but it won't interfere with traffic or anything. And everybody knows where it is. Obviously, you saw we did some FAA coordination before we launched. They actually track with the map. They follow along with that as well. Yeah, they get automatic position reports as it flies and things like that. So, so we're in good shape here. I'm very happy with how things have gone so far. Yep, KD2, KPZ 11 and 12 is live and up and running on HabHub. That's what I was checking here on my other screen. I was checking the HabHub trackers. So it is live up on HabHub as well. So you can track on HabHub if you know how to get to, it's like tracker.habhub.org. You can track there. They got a whole bunch of information about the flight, like the ascent rate. That's actually usually what I use the HabHub for, is to try to check the ascent rate and see if our actual ascent rate is what we were hoping for. And it looks like we're getting an average of somewhere around 1,400 feet per minute. I gotta convert. We need to convert that to metric a little. That's about, that's quick. That's 7 meters per second. That's a little faster than we were hoping for. That's tough to nail down what am I trying to say? Tough to nail down that ascent rate speed when it's this windy out, because you get aerodynamic lift, but also aerodynamic, I don't know, what's the opposite of lift? Drop, I guess. You know, because of the roundish shape of the balloon, you get wind that goes over the top or goes over the bottom, and it can lift the balloon or push the balloon down, so it's hard to tell whether or not you've got the correct amount of helium. We'd love to get some sort of like refined measurement system in there where you could measure the actual amount of helium. It can be done. There's a JP Aerospace out in the Southwest. They use a natural gas meter that they recalibrated for helium, and then they just fill it and you know, go with their measurements. And then there's another, I think it's a group in Maryland, oh boy, what's the name of their, I'm drawing a Maryland Near Space group. They do, I believe what they do is they actually measure the balloon diameter, and they calculate how much helium is based on the balloon diameter. We use a little simpler method. We just take the, we've got a counterweight, and it's filled to an exact amount. Once the balloon can lift the counterweight, then we know we got the correct ascent rate. So, I don't know, according to HabHub here, it still looks to be following the prediction that it's supposed to, and the flight pattern looks to be normal. Who knows, that could change over the course of the flight. But yeah, Gregoria says anti-lift. Yeah, I don't know. Chris says it's aerodynamic drag. Yeah, I guess that could be aerodynamic drag if it's pushing down on the balloon. I don't know. That doesn't seem right to me. But yeah, who knows? I don't know. So yeah, it looks like, you know, and I like to try to watch the ascent rate over a period of time here to see how it changes. But we're hovering around between 1,300 and 1,400 feet per minute, which is between 6.6 and 7 meters per second. We were trying to hit 5 meters per second, so we're a little on the fast side. But I'd rather be fast than slow. If it goes too slow, then the flight goes really long, and then some of your batteries might die, and then it may drift too far. This one, a short flight with an early burst and an early landing would actually be okay. There's a lot of fields in that area, so an early landing is better than a longer drift. So we were erring on the side of the faster ascent rate with the wind going on here today. So let's see. Look at my, yeah, so tracking map's still up there. We're still going strong. Both trackers still tracking. I only have the one up here on the broadcast, but if you do go to overlookhorizon.com/map, you'll see both balloon trackers are tracking well and doing okay. And then we're basically going to keep an eye out and hopefully see the landing predictor will hopefully kick in right after balloon burst. And we'll see if we can get that guy to, we'll see how well that works today. It is a little bit heavier payload, so our descent rate, our landing rate is expected to be faster than normal. So we'll see how well the landing prediction software can accommodate for that faster descent rate, because it's a little bit heavier, but it's not that much heavier. We actually, so just as an FYI, we actually lightened our payload to accommodate the other payloads that were on there. So we only have 2 cameras on board. We got rid of the third one. The upward facing one facing the balloon is not on there. Our payload was on the bottom of the stack, so if you were looking at the upward facing one, you'd just be looking at the bottom of a box from the Zavarian High School payload. So we got rid of the upward facing camera. And then we also, a little bit risky, but we got rid of our third backup GPS system, which makes me feel a little bit uneasy, because that backup GPS system saved us so many times in the past, but we haven't had to use it yet this year. So I think we've gotten our tracking system refined to the point where it's reliable, hopefully, knock on wood or something. I don't have any wood here. But it's been our main tracking system and our backup micro payload has been operating very well for us this year, basically. And so we opted today to get rid of the third GPS backup system to save weight. So we've only got 2 tracking systems on board instead of the 3 that we've been flying with the last couple of flights. So we made our payload a little lighter. And then we had the solar can and the Zavarian High School payloads on board, and those added to the weight, but it really just got us to about the same weight that we flew on Overlook Horizon 13, the last flight. So it's still about the same weight as usual. It was just a touch heavier. I think it was like 30 grams heavier than our last flight, even after adding all that stuff. So not a huge deal on weight. So the descent rate should be a little faster, but really not much. Should be about the same, and it's still the same parachute size because it is, it's within the specifications of that parachute. So we're we don't have to worry about trying to recalculate or, you know, readjust for a parachute that we don't normally use. So so yeah. So I think I started saying this about 100 times. So the plan for today, this is going to fly to about 90,000 feet, maybe 95,000. I would be very happy if we hit 95, but as long as we hit 90, that'll be good. We may come in on the high 80s with this ascent rate. This is a pretty quick ascent rate here. So that may drop our maximum altitude a little bit. And then we're going to wrap up this broadcast here in just a minute and get things packed up so that we can get on the road and start chasing this guy. And then ideally, we want to be at the landing site, or at least as close as we possibly can be when it comes down. And then we'll do another live broadcast around the landing site there. So I would expect, let's see, we should have balloon burst around 2:40 p.m. Eastern time. That's 1840 UTC. And then live broadcast should be somewhere around that same time period. So hopefully, hopefully we can go live then. This is a little more of a well-known area for us, so I think mobile bandwidth will be in good shape here for us to do that live broadcast for the landing here. So. And I was just running, so while I was multitasking here, I was running an updated prediction based on our new ascent rate, and actually it's not really that bad. It doesn't change us too much. Still puts us in the same general area, so I think we're doing just fine here. So all right. Well, let me. All right, so let's see. Gregoria says, "Good luck with the chase." Thank you very much. Hopefully, hopefully, you guys join us for the recovery effort. I'm really hoping we got an easy one. We had such a hard one last time for recovery, or I had such a hard one for recovery. I'm really hoping for an easy one. We're due for an easy one. We are due for an easy one. Although we did have an easy one on Overlook Horizon 12, so I'm hoping we can get another easy one here today. So. We'll see what happens. Looks like we're coming into the city of Rochester right about 30, just almost to 30,000 feet, just like expected. So that's actually in good shape. Would you be able to keep the map up while you're driving? Chris says. No, unfortunately, I can't keep the map up while I'm driving because I have to take all this equipment with me. I want to figure out a way to keep that map up. You know, while the broadcast is going on, and then I can just interject myself once we get to the landing location. But we're working on that, maybe for future flights. But don't worry, if you go to right here is the address. It's overlookhorizon.com/map. That'll take you right directly to our tracking map, which is pretty much what you're looking at here. You can look at it on a regular computer. You can also look at it on a mobile phone. It works well on a mobile phone. Couple notes on that. If you're using a mobile phone or a computer, if you click or tap on the balloon itself, it will give you that little speech bubble there that'll show you the details, like the speed it's going, the altitude, and the temperature, pressure, humidity, all that kind of stuff. So just click on the balloon icon or tap on it if you're on a phone, and you'll see the little speech bubble with the details. And then what else was I going to say? Oh, if you're in the U.S. and it's going to default you to metric. So you're going to see our altitude in meters. You gotta, I think, I don't know where it is on the mobile phone, but on the computer it's in the top right. You can change it to imperial measurements if you want to see those. I'm sure there's an option on the mobile version as well. But if you want to see imperial measurements and you're used to seeing feet, then you'll have to change the settings on the map to switch to imperial, because it will default you to metric. I know we should all probably learn the metric and get on board with the rest of the world, but if you're like me, it takes me too long to figure out what metric measurements actually are. I'm getting better at it though, but I'm still used to imperial with feet and, you know, all that kind of stuff. So that's what we're looking at here. Let's see. Thanks for the live stream. We'll be waiting for the recovery. Thanks, Stubby. Yeah, keep an eye out. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, because the recovery video will be live on YouTube only. So make sure you go, you're subscribed to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/OLHZN. It'll be YouTube only. Right now we're simulcasting on YouTube and Facebook, but the recovery will be just YouTube. And then, let's see, what was I? Oh, and make sure you subscribe to the channel and then hit that notification bell, and you'll get notified when we actually go live for the recovery effort. So, so let's see. Oh, and Stubby says, remember to give a thumbs up, everyone. Yeah, that would be awesome if you give us a little thumbs up on the video, or like it on Facebook. Either way, it shows us that that you like what we do and what we're following, what we're trying to accomplish here. And then hopefully, if we get enough people interested in this, then we want to try some of that live video streaming like they did out in California, that Space Ballooning 360. They live streamed to Periscope. That was fantastic. I think we already started working on it a little bit, or I already started working on it a little bit. And I think we can get regular video, not 360 video, but I think we can get regular video streaming relatively easily from the payload. It'll take some work. It's probably not going to be this year. It'll probably be for 2019 flights. And we're right in the middle of flight season, so probably can't switch to that. But subscribe to the channel, stick around, you'll see some developments hopefully by next year. And then remember, Overlook Horizon 15 is going to be the Space Lobster flight. Assuming everything goes well today, then that will be the Space Lobster flight coming up mid to late July is when we expect the Space Lobster to fly. Then we'll have we'll have some more flights in August, maybe another one in September, and then we'll be starting to wrap up the season there. We do have a couple more guest payloads to fly as part of the Balloon Sat program a little later on. So yeah, we're in good shape. Gregorius says 20 people in Rochester spotted a UFO today. Yeah, maybe we might make the news, is what you're saying, with people spotting a UFO.
That would be hilarious.
Yeah. Hopefully I can't see past the tree line, but it's still cloudy here, so hopefully it's a little clearer towards the east. All right, so yeah, I think we're getting to 1:30 here. We got to hit the road so that we can go track this thing down. Thanks everybody for following along here today for the launch. We'll have some automated Twitter updates while the flight continues. So check us out, twitter.com/OLHZN. Follow the map, overlookhorizon.com/map. And then the YouTube channel, we will we'll do some more YouTubing live for the recovery. We'll see what we got going on there. So,
Save the lobster.
Yeah.
Strung 'em up.
All right, thanks everybody. We'll catch you in about another probably hour and a half or so. We'll catch you for the next live broadcast. So, all right, thanks everybody. We'll talk to you soon. See ya.